Here is something newsworthy. In the next 7 years, close to 40 to 50 million Chinese men will have trouble finding a mate. It goes back to the law or the act that China passed during the year 1979. And the law pretty much said that each family can only have one child. And the reason why China did that was because they felt like there were just too many people reproducing, making babies, and eventually there would just be too many mouths to feed and not enough food and housing to go around. Most of them were concerned with passing the family name to further generations. Of course, they would opt for a guy. Well, most of the time, if they found out it was just a girl, they would just get abortions. So during those times, it created a movement where it was actually okay to kill your daughters. That really sucks because if you were a girl, you never got a chance. And all these boys would get preferential treatment. Now fast forward 20, 30 years from 1970. All these guys are finding out that it's so hard finding a girl. Because all the girls that were supposed to exist got drowned in rivers, got abortions. So there's like an overwhelming number of single guys out there who can't find girls. And these guys are called bare trees because they can't reproduce. They're nothing but trees with no leaves and no flowers. But you know what happened to all the girls that did make it to 2013? Well, now they have the time of their life choosing who they want to be their husband. Because they're a minority now. So if there's one girl and 10 guys, of course they're gonna take their time to choose the best one out of 10. And the other 9, well, whoopie-doo, they're gonna be single for life. It's funny how people say karma's a bitch, because it is in this circumstance. Because all those families that preferred having males, well, now they're screwed because their male sons can't find any to reproduce with. It's kind of like everything's flipped. Before, everyone wanted boys and they pushed away girls. But fast forward 20, 30 years, now everyone is interested in finding a girl because they're so rare. And all the guys that got specialized treatment before, well, now nobody cares about them. I can't even imagine how the next 6, 7 years will be for those guys who can't find a woman. It would be like 7 years in prison. Everywhere you look, there's guys. No one you could reproduce with. Girls in China even realize this, so they say that they would rather be crying in a BMW as opposed to being happy on a bicycle. This means China needs to pass another act that requires any male that's over 30 years that hasn't found anyone yet, that they're required to marry another guy. This would totally solve the whole epidemic of 30, 40 million guys being single. If we have 40 million single guys out there who are over 30, and if everyone pairs up, that means we have 20 million new families. That would totally solve this problem. China just needs to get a little bit more progressive and move ahead of the curve. You know, if other countries aren't doing this, well, gosh darn it, they need to be the first one to do it. This would totally solve the problem of 40 million single men not having families. And this new gay marriage mandate would totally fit under the one-child policy because gay people can't have kids. You know what this means for US tourism? First of all, it means that if you're a guy, you want to go over to China to pick up some girl, forget about it. You're going to be competing with 40 million other guys. 2, it means that girls from the US going back to China will be treated like queens and princesses.